Under the eternal sky, nature whispers secrets of beauty and resilience. The world cherishes the vibrancy of green life and the promise of technological marvels. Yet behind every gleaming innovation and every smart device lies a hidden tale, a struggle unfolding in silence, marked by environmental scars and human tragedy. Imagine for a moment that each smartphone, each electric vehicle, each wind turbine carries with it a secret burden, a cost measured not in dollars, but in devastated landscapes and broken lives. The devices that power our so-called green future hide within them the quiet toll of rare earth mining. This is a story of contradiction and conflict, where luminous progress casts deep, dark shadows over the natural world and its people. Our journey begins with breathtaking visuals, sweeping aerial views of unblemished wilderness and vibrant communities living in harmony with nature. But as the camera pans over vast mining pits and harsh industrial sites, the truth reveals itself. Amidst the promise of green technology lies a relentless exploitation of our planet's most precious resources. In quick staccato bursts, images of sophisticated gadgets blend with stark scenes of excavated earth and chemical-laden rivers. A flashing montage confronts us with an unsettling reality. Every gleam of innovation is tainted by the hidden costs of extraction. This is not merely a question of technology versus nature, but a poignant narrative of sacrifice and sorrow, a tale where progress and environmental decay are irrevocably intertwined. Across vast continents, the extraction of rare earth elements has etched deep wounds into the natural landscape. In remote pockets of our world, the relentless pursuit of these critical minerals has transformed lush, thriving ecosystems into barren, toxic wastelands. In China's Bayan-Obo region, centuries-old soils have been stripped of fertility. Chemical effluents, sulfuric acid, ammonia, and other toxic byproducts cascade over the land, poisoning streams and rendering once fertile fields inhospitable. The gentle murmur of flowing water has been replaced by the harsh clamor of heavy machinery and the relentless pounding of excavators. Gigantic open-pit mines mar the horizon, leaving gaping scars that will take generations to heal. This landscape of ruin is not distant or abstract. It is all too real for the people who call these regions home. In the dust-choked neighborhoods near China's expansive mines, local communities face the daily reality of environmental collapse. Children play on soil that has lost its nurturing quality, and elders reminisce about an era when the land was both a provider and a protector. The old rhythms of rural life have given way to the cacophony of industrial progress, a progress that, while promising a future of high-tech devices and renewable energy, exacts a devastating toll on nature. The cost is measured in the lost fertility of farmland, in the poisoned waters that once sustained livelihoods, and in the quiet despair of communities forced to witness the transformation of their ancestral lands into barren wastelands. In Myanmar's Kachin state, the scars of mining are equally profound and deeply personal. Lush forests that once served as a sanctuary for diverse life forms now lie in ruin, replaced by vast clearings and polluted watercourses. Villagers who once lived in harmony with nature now contend with the stark reality of environmental greed. The relentless hum of machines infiltrates regions that were once untouched by the clamor of modern industry. The once clear, sparkling streams have become conduits for a toxic cocktail of industrial waste, diminishing both the essence of life and hope. The environmental degradation is mirrored by a hidden human cost that is often overlooked. Families have seen their hopes and futures compromised by the creeping influence of industrial contamination. In one small village on the periphery of Bayan-Obo, a mother's eyes tell a story of profound loss. Once, she nurtured her children in a land rich with verdure and promise. Today, she confesses that every breath they take is a reminder of what has been lost to the insatiable hunger for rare earth elements. The earth, which once cradled generations of life, now offers little more than a legacy of suffering. Every miner, every resident, carries within them an enduring memory of a time when nature was both a giver and a guardian. But the strata of loss run further than the physical environment. The invisible scars, those etched into human lives by prolonged exposure to toxic chemicals and relentless industrial activity, are deep and lasting. Adding to the complexity, the global dimensions of this crisis highlight how geopolitics and economic ambition are intertwined with environmental fate. Behind the scenes of environmental destruction, a labyrinthine web of power, profit, and political intrigue unfolds. In the global arena, rare earth elements have evolved from humble minerals into strategic assets. China's near monopoly, producing approximately 60% of global output, with a staggering 90% of processed rare earths, casts a long shadow over international markets. This dominance fuels geopolitical maneuvering, with nations around the world wrestling for control and influence over these critical resources. The balance of global power, it seems, is inextricably linked to the natural wealth buried within the earth. In boardrooms and legislative halls across continents, debates about supply chain vulnerability and ethical sourcing have taken center stage. Detailed infographics and animated maps illustrate the intricate supply chains that bind distant mines to the consumer devices we hold in our hands. Each line on these maps signifies a journey fraught with hidden environmental and social costs. Behind every transaction lies the potential for corporate malpractice and human rights violations, secrets lurking behind the polished facade of technological progress. It is a global chess game where every move carries a weight of responsibility, and every decision can trigger consequences that ripple far beyond the industrial sites. As these debates intensify, a quiet revolution is stirring from within the universities, research labs, and grassroots movements that are determined to redraw the boundaries of progress. Across the globe, experts in geology, environmental science, and engineering join forces with ethicists and activists in a bid to redefine the extraction and processing of these all-important elements. Their work is a testament to human ingenuity, crafting innovative methods that promise to reduce the ecological footprint of mining and to mend some of the damage already inflicted. Among these innovations are emerging techniques that focus on recycling and sustainable recovery of rare earth elements from discarded devices. Imagine a future where your old smartphone, once considered obsolete, is reborn as a vital component in fresh, cutting-edge green technology. In laboratories where determination meets creativity, researchers are pioneering methods that minimize toxic waste and reduce chemical usage. New technologies are emerging that enable the recovery of valuable elements with considerably less environmental impact. These breakthroughs are not merely technical feats, they are beacons of hope in a landscape marred by decades of neglect. They remind us that within every crisis lies an opportunity for renewal. Within the heart of affected regions, the personal toll of this industrial juggernaut continues to mount. The voices of those who suffer the impacts of unsustainable mining practices are raw, unfiltered, and deeply moving. The broader narrative of rare earth mining is also a narrative of responsibility. Responsibility borne by corporations, governments, and each one of us. It is a call to all stakeholders in the global tech ecosystem to step beyond the allure of rapid progress and to reckon with the true cost of their ambitions. Environmental activists and policy influencers alike urge us to demand a paradigm shift, a new era where transparency and sustainability form the bedrock of supply chain practices. As individuals, we hold power through our choices, and as a society, we can usher in reforms that honor both the planet and the people who inhabit it. Every voice raised in protest, every policy advocated in boardrooms, adds momentum to a movement that refuses to let exploitation go unchallenged. This struggle is not without hope. The narrative of rare earth mining is gradually incorporating chapters of redemption and renewal. Communities and experts are partnering to implement pilot projects that test the waters of sustainable mining practices. In regions battered by decades of industrial excess, small-scale initiatives offer a glimpse of what a more ethical future might hold. Their efforts, though modest in scale, ignite a spark of possibility that reverberates far beyond regional borders. Meanwhile, global consumer awareness is on the rise. Documentaries such as this serve as a powerful catalyst, challenging us to look behind the glossy marketing of green technology to confront its hidden realities. The devices we champion for their ability to reduce carbon footprints often carry an unspoken debt, a debt of environmental and human costs that we are only beginning to understand. It is a debt that calls for accountability from manufacturers, suppliers, and policymakers alike. The ever-evolving story of rare earth mining teaches us that the journey toward a truly sustainable future is complex and fraught with challenges. Yet it is also a story of human creativity, of communities rallying against overwhelming odds, and of the relentless pursuit of justice for both people and nature. As experts and activists converge on the issue, the push for innovation is gaining ground. New research explores alternative materials that could eventually lessen our dependence on rare earth elements altogether, promising a future where technology continues to evolve without further compromising the health of our planet. Imagine a world where alternative energy systems thrive on reclaimed resources, where every electronic device comes with a guarantee of ethical production, and where every consumer choice pushes the needle toward environmental stewardship. This vision demands change, a reorientation of our economic, environmental, and ethical priorities. In boardrooms and legislative halls across the world, there is a growing recognition that the path forward must be paved with sustainable practices, equitable resource management, and an unwavering commitment to safeguarding both our planet and its people. It is a narrative that challenges us to rethink convenience, to demand accountability, and to foster innovation that respects the intricate balance of our ecosystem. The extraordinary journey through the hidden realms of rare earth mining has shown us the intricate tapestry of human ambition, environmental degradation, and hopeful innovation. This is not merely an exploration of industry, it is an invitation to all of us to reconsider the true cost of progress. It is a call to look behind every technological marvel and question the price we pay for convenience and advancement. The struggle is as immense as it is intimate, carried in the eyes of a miner, in the whisper of a wind over deforested land, and in the silent shot of a polluted river reflecting a broken sky. Our choices, whether made at the consumer level or by powerful industries, echo across the landscapes and lives that have borne the brunt of modern ambition. In these closing moments, let us remember that every decision counts. With each mindful choice, we can drive the change that shifts the balance from exploitation to restoration. In the interplay of light and shadow, nature and technology, lies the power to forge a future where progress harmonizes with the well-being of our planet. The trail of rare earth mining may be marred by scars and sorrow, but it is also a path that, with conscious effort, can be redirected toward a sustainable, hopeful tomorrow. Demand sustainable, ethical practices in rare earth sourcing now. The ever-evolving story of rare earth mining teaches us that the journey toward a truly sustainable future is complex and fraught with challenges. Yet it is also a story of human creativity, of communities rallying against overwhelming odds, and of the relentless pursuit of justice for both people and nature. New research explores alternative materials that could eventually lessen our dependence on rare earth elements altogether, promising a future where technology continues to evolve without further compromising the health of our planet. Imagine a world where alternative energy systems thrive on reclaimed resources, where every electronic device comes with a guarantee of ethical production, and where every consumer choice pushes the needle toward environmental stewardship. This vision demands change, a reorientation of our economic, environmental, and ethical priorities. In boardrooms and legislative halls across the world, there is a growing recognition that the path forward must be paved with sustainable practices, equitable resource management, and an unwavering commitment to safeguarding both our planet and its people. In the quiet moments of reflection that follow our exploration, we are called to consider our own roles in this unfolding drama. The fight for rare earth is not confined to far-flung corners of the earth. It resonates in every corner where human ambition meets nature's finite resources. It is a narrative that challenges us to rethink convenience, to demand accountability, and to foster innovation that respects the intricate balance of our ecosystem. As our story concludes, the harsh truth of rare earth mining lingers. We've journeyed through the complex interplay of human ambition, environmental ruin, and groundbreaking innovation. This isn't just about an industry, it's a stark reminder to question the real price of progress. Every device we cherish carries a hidden cost, seen in the miner's weary eyes, heard in the wind over deforested land, reflected in a polluted river. Our choices, from personal purchases to industrial policies, profoundly impact lives and landscapes. Now, in these final moments, remember, every decision matters. By choosing wisely, we can shift from exploitation to healing, forging a future where technology and nature thrive together. If this documentary opened your eyes and sparked a desire for change, make sure you don't miss our next deep dive into the critical issues shaping our world. Click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you can join our community dedicated to exploring untold stories and finding solutions for a more sustainable future. Your support helps us bring more vital stories like this to light.